Hello everybody, how's it hanging? So today I'm going to be talking about a movie I saw literally today, or last week by the time this video is uploaded, and that is Boy Erased. And before I say anything else, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So, I saw Boy Erased today, and I gotta say, basically ever since I came out to my family last year, I wanted to get more involved in the LGBT community, just learn more about it, because to be honest, I didn't, beforehand, I didn't really want to get involved. I wasn't out at the time, but yeah, so I wanted to see it. I already seen Love Sign, but that was before it came out, and I want to see Boy Erased when I heard about it. Basically, Boy Erased is about a guy who is gay, his father is a pastor, and he sends him off to this conversion camp. Basically, conversion camp is where they try to turn gay people into straight people by having God help them out and try and dispel their sins and shit. But beforehand, I didn't really know much about conversion camps. Yeah, I knew about these places where they send young kids who are starting to show symptoms of being gay, bisexual, lesbian, transgender. If they start showing these symptoms, then they try and change them back to being the way they should be, the way that God made them. And the fact that this is based on a true story, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe some guy actually went through this, and he actually made a book about it. I feel so sad because I think that 44 states still have these conversion places going on, and they're still illegal in those states, and I think it's ridiculous. And over 698,000 young adults have been held in these camps against their will, and I gotta say, watching that movie had infuriated me quite a bit. The fact that in America there's still states out there allow people to go and do this. They made out that being gay, bisexual, lesbian, they're all a choice. And he used the example as one of the guys that this guy plays football, and if he give up being football, that's a choice. And that's the same for being gay. Being gay, you're not born gay, it's a choice that you make along the way. And it's oh Jesus Christ. And the fact that they kept on making out that being gay is you're impure and you're sinning, and the thing is, if you live in one of the houses, they can beat you all you like to try and get rid of your sins and give up. These kids that are spend a year in these places are freaking they're brainwashed. One of the guys that was in this movie, when you're watching him, he's just there oh yeah, just stick with this and just do it. This guy who literally every time Garrett would see this guy walk in the room, he'd have at the first you see a cut across his nose, and then you'd see him with a black eye, and then suddenly you see they beat these people, and they just talking about, if you talk about it, and the fact that I'm ready to be give up my sins and and get closer to God. And they were all saying the fact that being gay, you're it's all man and a woman's the way that it should be. When you're watching the movies, you see how religious people make being gay, bisexual, transgender, lesbian the devil tempting them, and But then one part of the movie I really just didn't like. Whereas this one guy where when you see it, there's a flashback where it goes back to Garrett where he's in college, and there's this guy he goes running with, and at one point the guy stays with him in the same room because Garrett's roommate is not there for a while, and suddenly the guy is moving around on top bunk of the bed, and so he comes down and rapes Garrett, and I'm what the frick? The something that is a true story, which means that some guy raped him while he was in college. Then he suddenly comes around and tells him that he also raped this other guy that he saw. At first I thought it was gonna be a moment where he kisses the guy, but no, suddenly the guy just climbs in the bed with him and then just climbs on top of him, and I'm what the f is going on? And then suddenly Garrett leaves college, go back home, and suddenly this dipshit Henry calls his parents and tells them that he's homosexual, and I'm what is wrong with you? And it's just when you're just watching this movie, of course you weren't expecting it to be a happy story. The fact that he went through this conversion therapy and had to deal with all this shit where they kind of they verbally abuse them, to call them a faggot, and then they did kind of make them out that they're angry at their father, so they decide to become gay just to kind of be in spite of their father. That's what I kind of got from that. And like just like their father's kind of like emotional abuse caused them to become gay. That's what kind of out to me. And like the fact that also that they tell them not to tell their families what happened in that conversion therapy, and like all that brainwashing was going, oh my god, I could not do it. I couldn't, like when I was watching this movie, I was like so happy in the end that when he literally his mother, who was played by Nicole Kidman, takes him out of the conversion therapy because he gets to this one point where literally the guy who was like yells at them and beats them and does whatever he wants, and, like emotional abuse, just yelling like stuff at them like, you are angry with your father, and like it's like, sorry, I'm like I got really angry just because this watching this movie, or like how bad that like, can you believe that was a thing like back in like the 90s, maybe earlier? Those conversion therapies, that was all over the freaking country. America was not allowing like kids to be gay, bi, because that's seen as being impure. Oh my god, I couldn't stand it. At the end of the movie, when Nicole Kidman takes him out of his conversion therapy, and then at first like when she goes, oh, your father says that you should go back, and I was like, oh my god, if he goes back, I'm gonna be pissed off. How hard the things that he had to go through in this conversion therapy, like watching all these people that he had to kind of like watch getting this abuse. It was a very powerful film, and I'm glad they made it, and I think if you haven't seen it, then go see it before it leaves the cinema. It shows how far the things have come. I was just seeing that, like the fact that they abuse these emotionally, physically and verbally, it's like, oh, and like the fact that they thought that this was right and that God allowed this to happen, and like God didn't want all these kids to be gay. Oh no, it's just watching that, like one of these kids at the very end who committed suicide because of the fact that he wasn't allowed to be gay, and like he gave in to his urges at one point apparently, and then they literally brought him to church, made everyone like wear suits and ties, and watched as they use a Bible and whacked him across the head like a couple of times, and they got his father and his little sister to beat him with a Bible too. I'm like, oh my god, watching that is just awful. And then they brought him into the house and they put him into a bath, and like they literally submerged his head into a bath, and like, oh yeah, because like that's gonna baptize him so he makes sure he's like knows that he did wrong. And like, and then when he came back after that last day, so he goes, oh yeah, I feel great, yeah, that's literally right there. When you kind of see people saying they feel great after like getting this abuse, then there's something wrong, and like that's what happened when he committed suicide in the movie. I'm like, oh wow, that probably would have happened to Garrett too. He would have killed himself if his mother didn't take him out of that conversion therapy camp. His father wanted to keep him in it, and she actually knew that it wasn't right, and like she said that when there's something wrong with my child. To gotta say, when you watch that movie, you think all about Love, Simon as well, when he was too afraid to come out to his family and his like everyone else. The mother said that I knew there was something wrong, you were holding something in. So mothers always know there's something wrong with you, that you're holding something back. I was so glad the fact that in the end he moved off to New York and like went off to college in New York, and but looks if I had a boyfriend, because there's one point where he kisses this guy on his shoulder, so I'm assuming this guy is his new boyfriend in New York, and like now he can be himself. That's one thing I always love in movies, when like they can't be gay and like then they suddenly later on they move off and they become the better person, the person they wanted to be, and that's what everyone should be able to do. Like, unfortunately, in this world, there's a lot of families out there who just accept being gay, bisexual, transgender, lesbian, and just like, it's just not right. But now I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you've seen this movie, then tell me what you thought about it below, and if you want us to go see the movie, then go see it before it's at the cinema. Maybe it'll be gone by the time this video is uploaded, but who knows. So I'll see you guys next week in another video. Bye! See you later.